Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make a blueberry cheesecake. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we have our bowl here, and to that we're going to add in our almond flour, some coconut flour, some salt, some brown sugar substitute, this was some swerve, cinnamon, then we have some coconut oil that we put in the microwave for about 45 seconds to a minute to melt down, and then pour that into our mixture. Then we combined all the ingredients together. This batter is going to be a little wet, which is perfectly fine. We're going to sit that to the side while we make our filling and let that coconut flour soak up as much moisture as it can. Now in another bowl, we have our cream cheese. We have 2 packs of cream cheese. To that we added in some sugar substitute as well as some sour cream. Then we popped in 2 eggs, some more additional salt, some vanilla extract, and now we're mixing. We have our electric stand mixer here, hand mixer. We mixed this up for about 3 minutes. That's how long it took for me to get this to the creamy consistency that I wanted. Make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature, as close to room temperature as possible. That will help it to mix up faster and get out as many lumps as you can from it. Once that's mixed up, we then added in our blueberries. I have some mini blueberries here. I probably should have rinsed them off first because they were frozen, and you can see all of the little ice crystals in there, which perfectly fine. It did basically disappeared as soon as you started to fold it into the cream cheese mixture. But go ahead and fold that in, and then now we're going to work with our pie pan. This is our cheesecake pan. It has a bottom base removes out of it. I basically took the base out and lined that with some parchment paper and then sprayed it with some cooking spray for easy release. Now this here is where I kind of messed up a bit. I didn't mess up, but I messed up filming wise. I had the camera on the opposite side of me, so I really couldn't see what was going on. But when I pressed the button to start recording, I actually stopped recording. So I was actually recording when I wasn't supposed to be recording. So when I tried to pour in the crust, I actually turned the camera off. And then when I finished filming that, I turned it back on. And then when I was ready to pour in the cheesecake filling, I turned the camera back off. And then this is where I'm here now. So I apologize about that. But I basically poured the dough in, and that allowed it, and I spread it around the bottom half. And then I poured in the cheesecake mixture, which was a nice lavenderish, white, creamy swirl mixture that I poured in from the blueberries melting. And when I did that, the weight of the cheesecake kind of made the dough slide up around the side, so I didn't have to press or form it around the side of the pan or anything. I just basically made sure that it was close to the bottom as possible and smooth, and then poured in the cheesecake dough and smoothed that out on top. Again, do apologize about that. But now we have our trivet for our Instant Pot, and we placed that on that and then topped it off with some aluminum foil. Now, you don't have to put aluminum foil on top of it, but I'm putting aluminum foil on it because some condensation from cooking in the Instant Pot will occur, and once I take it out, you'll see the water that forms on top of it, and that could get on the top of the cheesecake, but that can be removed as well. Now, for the Instant Pot, we put a cup of water and put that inside for our liquid to get the pressure cooker working. And then we placed our cheesecake in it. The pan that we're using is a 7-inch Fat Daddy cheesecake pan, which fits perfectly in this 8-quart Instant Pot. Now we put the top on, close the vent, and set this for 30 minutes and turned off the keep warm setting. After it was complete, we let it go for a 10-minute pressure release, natural release, and then we popped the seal. Really no steam came out of it. After the 10 minutes, it just popped off without it. We didn't have to wait anything. And now we're taking the cheesecake out of the Instant Pot pressure cooker. There you can see the little bit of water that accumulated on top of the aluminum foil that would have been on top of the cheesecake. If that does happen, you can basically just take a napkin or paper towel and just blot along the top half of it and get that water off of it. Here doing a little jiggle shake test. You can see it's still a little jiggly, but it's all cooked and solidified throughout. Just has to cool off. Here we put the aluminum foil back on and basically let it cool for another hour before we put it in the refrigerator. I basically let it cool in the microwave and just sat in there for a nice cool warm place and popped it in. Put it in we left it in the refrigerator for about 24 hours. Actually, I didn't get to it till the next day. 4-hour minimum is enough that's needed, but we did it for 24 hours, which as long as you get enough for it to set, that's fine. We then took a cup and put it up near the bottom where the bottom comes out of it, and then just put some pressure on it and popped out the base from the bottom of the cake. And this is how our cheesecake looked after letting it set in the refrigerator. The cheesecake, it came out great. It popped out easily. We sprayed it with that cooking spray to help slide out, just so it makes sure the crust didn't crack or crumble or anything. And we were able to get a nice crust around the outside of the cheesecake, and it's flat and smooth along the top half. If you look closely on the top, you can see those little indentions, little puncture marks, or like little diagram, I would say. That's basically from the napkin. There was a bit of water that I got on top of it when I took the aluminum foil off, and I basically blotted it with the paper towel, so you can see that little mark on there. But you can also use that as like decorations or something. If you had like a little cookie cutter or something, you can use that to little diagram on top. But we cut out a slice of the cheesecake, and this is a picture of the inside of it. It looks very nice, very, very, very nice looking. You can see the blueberries all throughout the cheesecake, and some of them in the crust, some of them on the inside. And here we are cutting open a slice and taking some. It was fresh out of the refrigerator, so it was still a bit softer on the softer side. You can store this in the freezer if you like and let it come back to temperature, and it'll be a lot firmer that way. Also, it'll store great in the freezer. But the crust of this was great. The sugar that we added to the crust and the cinnamon gave us a nice sweet crust, if you like that. And the cheesecake is fork tender. You can see it's holding its own with the fork, spinning it all the way around, but you can see the crust on the back half, and it's not falling off. The longer it sits, the softer it will get, and then it will fall apart. But the filling was great. I like the blueberry texture to this, and the blueberry flavor, I should say. Definitely would like to try some additional flavors on this. If you can see here, those little lines across the top, that's where when I was filming and taking my pictures, I accidentally dropped the light on the cheesecake, and I was like, oh man, I messed up the cheesecake. And then I moved the light and then tried to take some more pictures on the other side where it wasn't, and then I dropped it again, so I dropped it two times on the light. But hey, we're taking some more additional pictures from the side views and just to try to get rid of those little indentations on it. But the flavor came out great. I'd like to try this with some additional flavors like strawberry, blueberry, chocolate, some peanut butter ones maybe. But here's our blueberry keto sugar-free cheesecake. Please let me know in the comment section below if you like this or whatever flavors you'd like to try. And do as always, thanks you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy, and please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.